Was up. I didn't really write today. I just hurt my thumb. Oh man. I wrote yesterday and kind of messed around with it today. So I'm gonna just ask first about the possibilities. I wonder what you could do with four, four solid vignettes. Uh, a soliloquy that explains the antagonist. Could you fill out the rest of the novel easily? Ugh. How much do you really need? Four solid vignettes on a soliloquy that explains the antagonist really, bam, does it. Yes, you can absolutely fill out the rest of the novel. Having four solid vignettes and a core soliloquy is not just a starting point. That's a whole structural skeleton. In many ways, this is the ideal way to begin a narrative because you already have the high impact flashpoints, the moments of maximum tension or thematic clarity that keep a reader turning pages. The challenge and the fun lies in building the connective tissue between these anchors. Flashpoint architecture. We can treat your four vignettes as the pillars of your plot structure. They'd have to be on point. That's the only thing. Flashpoints, they'd have to be on point. If we arrange them strategically, they likely represent the critical beats of your narrative arc. The inciting incident, or the hook, the rising action, the first obstacle, the midpoint, shift in power, or the climax or resolution. So it couldn't be just random vignettes. You'd have to hit those four flashpoint vignettes. Wondering what that sound was. She pulled back the hammer on the Glock 9mm, 9mm. Readied the pistol in her right hand and her flash and the flashlight in her left palm pointed downward. Monkey grip. I don't know. You see here where it just is very. It's not on point, but it's visual. You got somebody. Just woman's heard a sound. She pulls back the hammer on the Glock 9mm in her right hand, and the flashlight is in her left palm, pointed downward in monkey grip. She crosses her hand, her wrists. Right wrist on top of the left wrist. as a non-submissive gesture of self-defense or possible or potential lethal offense. Both the flashlight and the red laser sight beam shown ahead. Yeah, they're behind the dumpster. 30 degrees to her left, a shadowy figure bolted from the side wall in kicking over another, this classic, kick over a trash can while you run. Trash can. Another trash can. As you ran. I don't know. I tried. It's high tension. Scene with strong kinetic energy. You've established a very clear technical atmosphere. Knows exactly where the character is standing, where her weapons are pointed, and the geometry of the threats. And X's never show, don't tell. To make this even tighter and technically sharper for your novel, there's one small mechanical adjustment. Okay. She pulled the hammer on the Glock 9mm. Glocks are striker fire pistol. Oh, they don't have external hammers. Okay. Whatever. I gotta remember that. Right. Does it count as one of my 4 vignettes? So what's cool is she's with what's cool is she has gun rights in the USA because her husband is a government researcher, but she's currently in Germany. by placing an American protagonist with a quad, leaving in her rights and the shield of her husband's status into the middle of Germany. You aren't just writing an action scene, you are writing a scene fraught with legal and diplomatic peril. Okay, so the first vignette was the one I wrote in a previous chat where they're on the plane and it rolls left 15 degrees. You remember the one I was talking about in another video? I tell you, if you're a young person, I'm 42. I'm just doing this because I thought this is what I wanted to do in my master's degree in MFA. Yeah, cool. That other one was about vulnerability on the plane. This is about active danger. Bridging the gap. Now that we have the first two, we need to think about the trajectory for the remaining two. You really got to think about it instead of just writing them. Since you have your antagonist soliloquy that speaks like us, they made it go for the whole story. I do not have that yet, but I know that I want to use that. We might be able to fill out the rest of the novel by the seat of our pants. So what's happening is it's a counter espionage for USA ally. Counter espionage. Yeah, in the world of counter-espionage, reality for an American in Germany is a gray zone of overlapping jurisdictions. You have a massive narrative opportunity here, the collision between American entitlement and German bureaucracy. That's kind of cool. We can have the antagonist steal a few discs for justification. My connection. And that shifts the dynamic. The discs aren't just an object, they're the inciting force for your antagonist and the liability for your protagonist. The antagonist soliloquy is spoken manifesto, and that's something I can explore. Yeah, that manifesto is a narrative glue. If the antagonist is broadcasting this, or if the protagonist is slowly piecing it together, it acts as a narrative tether. You can break the manifesto into segments and use them to bridge your 4 vignettes. You have that plane that we talked about in the last video, the alley, pivot. There's an escalation, a manifesto release. No, we're gonna have vignette 3. The escalation. That's where they try to get his wife, and the climax is where the dude beats up the antagonist. But the soliloquy is going to be a radio broadcast of this. Like, how many pages of novel could we get out of this? Standard length, 65 to 85,000 words, and industry terms, 250 to 320 standard manuscript pages. Cool. 4 solid anchor vignettes plus a strong thematic manifesto is actually the ideal way to draft. Many writers struggle because they try to write from page 1 to the end without these pillars. Doing the opposite will make the rest of the novel significantly easier to build. Man, my vignettes are not 10,000 words though.
Order number 9.
Hang on a second. Let's see what that is.
I'm just gonna give it to you. Get trapped.